That's why during those days, many dads used to say their son that you can buy any motorcycle except the RD 350. What's up YouTube? Look what I have today. The Yamaha RD 350. One of the most legendary bikes from the Yamaha company. So this is not going to be a review. I'm just gonna talk about what I feel about this motorcycle, because this is a 1984 model Yamaha RD 350 and I was not even born, and I have never seen a RD 350 in my entire life till college days. And you know something, after that only these motorcycles started picking. Until then actually the owners of this motorcycle was just silently sitting over there, keeping this motorcycle in the garage, just maintaining it well, until they were knowing that yes, this motorcycle gonna make noise someday. So yes, my first ride on the Yamaha RD 350, and I have to say that it is accelerating. I have ridden the Duke 390s in single cylinder, I mean the older version, the BS3 versions, and I personally own a Ducati Desert Sled and a CBR 650R, but still when I ride this motorcycle, this gives me chills. I honestly can't imagine how people used to ride this motorcycle back in 1984 till 1989 when this motorcycle was in production, with that kind of road condition, man, with that kind of road condition and people's mentality. Those who have owned this motorcycle and those who have maintained this motorcycle would have gone through a hell lot of problems, in the sense not motorcycle giving problems, because this is so much powerful motorcycle. This any day this motorcycle is actually relevant in India. Right now also when I ride this motorcycle, be it in the first gear or the second gear, this motorcycle actually pulls a wheelie. I'm not talking about a professional wheelie, but this just simply just lift off. That is the kind of power and the top this has. So this one is the HT variant. So India was getting an HT and an LT, so this one is an HT variant. So in 1984 standards, I have to say that this is a pretty good looking motorcycle. Back in those days the motorcycle used to come with boxy headlights, so this was getting the round headlight, the round indicators, and yeah, that's an added additional disc. You don't see that in 1984. That additional disc has been added on this, and it comes with spoke wheels, the 347cc 2-cylinder, the parallel twin 347cc monstrous motor, twin side exhaust, a beautiful looking seat, a good looking tail light. I mean, this motorcycle was made for way ahead of his times, because imagine a person like me who was never born when this motorcycle was made, and still I appreciate this motorcycle. How many motorcycles are there? There are very less. Many motorcycles have came in this world and made their impact as well and just left the place. This one is not like that. This is an evergreen motorcycle from Yamaha. So yeah, let's talk about more things about this motorcycle when I go out on the highway. And again, this is not a review. I just look like a toddler in front of this motorcycle because I was not born, and probably my close interaction with the motorcycle during my childhood, maybe the sound of this exhaust could be the sound of my nightmare, because I would have been sleeping in my cradle when my neighbor was riding this motorcycle. After that I've never seen it. Even in college days I was not finding it. Like I see RX-100s and all. I personally learned how to ride a motorcycle on a RX-100, but I have never seen an RD 350, and the first time I just took it, and this is something way different. Let's talk about that when we go for the ride. Alright, back on highway. That's a symphony. That's RD 350. It sweeps off the 100km mark in no time. I was actually giving half throttle. I was not even pushing the motorcycle. So I'm kind of very excited and nervous to ride this motorcycle. To be honest, I have never seen this motorcycle during my childhood, neither in my teenage. When I entered the college also, I never seen this motorcycle, because I was riding an RX-100 back then. Obviously, I was not owning it, that RX-100, but I was riding an RX-100. I know how to ride a two-stroke. By the way, riding a two-stroke itself is a different feel, and learning it is also good. It's not too difficult, but it's a different feel. You should know how to ride it, otherwise you'll pop a wheelie easily. 1984 motorcycle, and actually people have kept this motorcycle in their garage. they actually hid this motorcycle from the entire world. Just to wait for that moment that India will start appreciating performance-oriented motorcycle than over the mileage or anything else. I'm actually riding this motorcycle for the first time last week. Believe me, in my past entire riding career, I have never ridden an RD 350 because I started seeing this motorcycle when during 2010 and all. Then I actually only heard about the motorcycle. I've now got to experience this motorcycle. By the way, I've ridden the RX100. I got a bit of a chance to ride the old Bullets and Java also, but never an RD 350. Then I got into this motorcycle a few days back. It was raining like hell then. Pretty nervous situation, you know. And I've heard that this motorcycle is actually called as the Widowmaker in US because it's very powerful. Back then the problem was this motorcycle actually got a lot of torque. The bottom end torque, the mid torque is too good, and this torque induction is actually a patented technology from Yamaha by adding one more valve, the reed valve, actually not to too much compromise on the top end and give a better bottom end and the mid-range torque. So this motorcycle, the 31 bhp motorcycle, this is an HT variant by the way, is very notorious for making noise in US and Europe. So back in those days actually people don't have too much of experience riding motorcycle and they got this motorcycle in India. Probably I think that they started enjoying it and lot many accidents would have happened. That's why during those days many dads used to say their son that you can buy any motorcycle except the RD 350 because they used to find this machine as a death machine back then. RD is actually race derived and this motorcycle actually packs in what it means. Many people actually believe that RD means Rajdoot. That's not the case. RD is race derived, and this 347cc parallel twin motor, this gives chills on the spine. This can pop a wheelie in the first and the second gear. I'm not talking about the clutch pops. It can lift by itself. Just open it and I can get it. I know that. And the torque is enormous that when I was riding it inside the city, I don't have to shift too much. I mean, I was in the fourth gear almost all the time because fourth gear itself is too much comfortable taking this motorcycle everywhere inside city. 1983, this motorcycle actually launched in India. And back in those days, people couldn't actually digest this high-speed race motorcycle. In fact, actually, few motorcycles from Yamaha has been went to police also. Yamaha thought that, okay, police can catch thief better because this is the fastest motorcycle in India. Maybe the fastest automobile in India back then. I don't know. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Then also, the police also couldn't control this motorcycle. Yes, obviously, police are actually trained for catching thief, finding criminals and all, but they are not actually trained for riding motorcycles. Then Yamaha got a feedback from Indian customers that this is a very powerful motorcycle. So this particular variant, the Asian variant, which has 31 bhp, has been called as the HT, the high torque variant. A new variant got introduced, which is called the LT, the low torque variant, which is around 26 bhp. The 26 bhp variant was also actually flying way above high than the average Indian's riding skills. So because of two main reasons. One, this was powerful, and second thing, this was not ridden in good mileage. Yamaha has to discontinue this motorcycle in 1989. And from then on, the motorcycle enthusiasts, those people who have been using this motorcycle actually just try to maintain this motorcycle in their garage. Some of them actually threw this away. Some people would have sold this motorcycle for scrap value, thinking that this is not going to get any value in the future, and they would have thrown it off. Literally gave it for scrap value. Back then, this motorcycle was coming for around 18,000, 1.8. Remember that, 18,000 ex-showroom price. Currently in 2023, a good motorcycle actually costs something from 3.5 lakh to 4.5 lakh. The appreciation is too much on this motorcycle. Actually, in the past few days when I was riding this motorcycle, I was actually going through a lot of emotional instances. That's the right word to tell, because one person actually chased me. He was in his car, he chased me and he came near me and he told that this motorcycle looks damn good, it looks well maintained. Yes, of course, this motorcycle is actually well maintained. And he didn't ask me anything. He just want to tell that this motorcycle looks good just by looking at the tail light. Yeah, obviously all motorcycle enthusiasts can recognize this with the tail light. He saw it way far behind. He pushed himself in his car. He came near me. He told that to me, and the kind of happiness that I saw on his face is something that cannot be explained in words. I'm honestly running out of words to explain how happy he was. And again, one more person, he stopped me at one of the signal and he was riding an FZ. And he asked me about the motorcycle, and the kind of happiness they had in their face was very different. Like, it is almost like somebody showing me my dream motorcycle to me, considering that to be a very rare motorcycle. Man, that happiness is very different. Then I got to know that this motorcycle actually belongs to the senior riders of me. I might not be a very good fit for this motorcycle. Yes, I ride fast motorcycles and all, but I have never seen this motorcycle in my childhood. My childhood motorcycle dreams were like RX100, Suzuki Shogun, Hero Honda, CBC, CD100, and there are many motorcycles like that. These were the motorcycles which I've seen during my childhood, but this one I have never seen. Probably because this was fast, and after riding it I got to know that I'm actually traveling back in time and I'm enjoying something that my senior riders used to do. That's whole together different deal. Just after getting onto this motorcycle, I'm having a lot of new things on this motorcycle. Even said that I've ridden as many as motorcycles, the technologically advanced motorcycle that I can name. This one has a very different thing. First of all, this is a very powerful motorcycle, and the wheels are not designed for that, the brakes are not designed for that. By the way, this has a disc brake in the front, so we can actually control this motorcycle better, but no ABS, no traction control. All these technologies were not invented when this motorcycle was there. And the chassis is also a little different. The feedback from the chassis is very different. It will reach a point where the motorcycle will go by itself. We have to be very careful by riding this motorcycle. The way the chassis gives the feedback is much different from the modern motorcycle. You need to be very skilled to ride this motorcycle. And second thing which amazed is that if I'm doing a cold start, I have to use a choke, and then I have to turn on the fuel, then I have to kick start. This looks very different for me. And another one thing which I started doing it for the first time in my life is adding oil in the fuel. By the way, this motorcycle needs 40 ml of oil per liter. So actually that is added because you might have heard this thing very common for the two-stroke. This motorcycle doesn't have an oil sump. So the circulation, the oil circulation to the top portion of the engine is not good. So for that reason, actually we mix oil with the fuel, and the inlet valve actually sits in a very different place than compared to the four-stroke motorcycles. So that's something very different for me in understanding the technology, how that inlet goes in and all. And one other thing which surprised me always is how people would have rode this motorcycle back in those days. When the roads were not developed. This is a 6-lane road. Probably they would have had this much only for the 2-lane, and people would have done 100 or 120. Damn, man. By the way, there are few modifications on this motorcycle, in the sense accessories. First thing is obviously the disc, and the CDI unit on this motorcycle has been replaced. So the owner of the motorcycle told that if we can change the injector on this one, this can do a little more better top end. This one now can do 120 top speed. The HT variant can do 140 to 150 tops, and yes, it has aux lights. Apart from that, the motorcycle is actually very stock. So I know that many of you guys will be RD350 enthusiasts and wanted to buy the motorcycle. So my suggestion to all of you is buy from trusted source, in the sense somebody whom you know for a very long time. Or if you are going to buy an RD350 from an unknown person, take an existing owner. They would have gone through many things on this motorcycle, so they know troubleshoot many problems to identify if the motorcycle is good or not. As I mentioned, during 1990s or 2000s or 2010, this motorcycle was undercover. During those days, this motorcycle would have been abused very badly, and that could have damaged many things on the motorcycle. So there are very less motorcycle in India, you might be knowing that, and I believe that many of them belongs to MS Dhoni. So yes, yeah, he might be having a good collection over there. So if you're buying from him, yeah, no problem, bro. He would have made sure that he is having good motorcycles. Otherwise, you have to buy the motorcycle from a genuine source. It's a two-stroke. There are not many people who can help you in building the motorcycle if anything goes bad. I have heard that many people actually make spares for the motorcycle to maintain it. So that's a whole together different story. I can't even imagine how do you go to the lathe and make things and come back and fit it on the motorcycle and all. That's a very interesting thing to do, but you should have a lot of time. You should have a lot of patience. This is one motorcycle which requires that. By the way, this motorcycle has an Europe spec fuel tank. So this is around 13 liter. And lately, I think in 2000s, this motorcycle has been modified for race use, the actual use of this. So there was a 24 liter tank, and the rest of the things has been stripped off. And they tuned this motorcycle to have an 85 bhp. 85 bhp, yeah, you heard it right. And they made a monstrous bike which can do a 220 km per hour, and they have tested it in MMRT, and that was a beast motorcycle. And I heard that again later that motorcycle got discontinued from racing I didn't really got to know why it got discontinued from race, but there was one funny comment reply for that. So he was telling that probably the most modern motorcycle in the same CC segment will have an ego conflict because it has been got beaten by a 30-year-old motorcycle. And I feel that to an extent it will be correct, because this is bloody damn fast. So I could tell you one thing, I feel so happy riding this motorcycle. If you ask me if I wanted to own this motorcycle, I'll say no. I'll tell you why. That's not a disrespectful statement from me, okay? I'll tell you why. Whenever these guys are, in the sense, the senior riders looking at me and feeling happy about seeing this well-maintained RD350 on the road, I feel so happy. I can feel the happiness and I can feel the passion in their eyes. The way they look at the motorcycle, the way they smile, and the way they talk about this. I was feeling so happy, acting as if I'm the owner of this motorcycle. And you know, then I feel that yes, this motorcycle actually belongs to my senior riders. This should be treated and this should be maintained by those people. There are very less motorcycle in India now, because on those 6 years from 83 to 89 there are very less RD350 which got sold in India, and this should be in the right hands. I don't say my hand is a wrong hand, but I'll say that there are better hands. So that's all, just a small or a long video about RD350. So I hope you like this video, and yes, show some love in the form of likes and comments. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.